Morty, the Ice Cream Corporation. Let me tell you, they are in need of slogans. You should have heard their last slogan. What was it? It was, ice cream. Come and taste it. Slips down your throat.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my Rick and Morty Gravity Falls Easter egg video. There are a lot of Easter eggs for Gravity Falls inside Rick and Morty episodes in backgrounds, and because it's so amazing, there's even some Rick and Morty that's shown up inside Gravity Falls, so we'll break it all down. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the Easter egg videos. And really important, I'll talk about at the end of the video, but Adult Swim and Turo made a Rick and Morty car that they let me borrow for a little while, so I'll talk about that at the end of the video.
Concentrate, Morty. Concentrate and turn into a car, Morty.
There's a little under 20 of these, so I'll try to get through this as fast as possible. We'll start with Season 1 and work our way through Season 2, 3, and then up to 4. So starting with Season 1, Episode 10, this is the Evil Morty debut on the series. When they're on the run from the Citadel of Ricks and they're chasing each other through successive portals to different realities, they jump into a Dr. Seuss reality. Rick opens a bunch of portals to confuse them, but if you look here, the camera lingers on it for a little while. There's a mug with a question mark on it, a pen, and a notepad that come out of one of the portals. There's a scene at the end of the Gravity Falls episode, Society of the Blind Eye. At the episode's ending, there's a credits gag where Stan loses those three exact things into a giant portal.
All right, you're getting closer. Every day it's getting stronger. Ah! Yes! Ah! I don't care if it's dangerous. I don't care how long it takes. I'm gonna pull this off, and no one's gonna get in my way.
A lot of people have tried to connect Gravity Falls as being just an alternate reality within the Rick and Morty multiverse. At the end of that same episode, when they're going home, Rick is referencing Evil Morty and how cocky Mortys are a very dangerous thing. You see Morty carrying a stack of books. One of them looks just like Journal 3. Then in Season 2, Episode 7, there's a picture of Gravity Falls Bill's cipher that can be seen on a monitor while Beth and Jerry are going to counseling. Most of the time within Rick and Morty episodes, the Gravity Falls Easter eggs are either Bill's cipher or something referencing one of the journals. Right before Season 3 started, in real life, Adult Swim did this weird promotion on Instagram called the Rickstiverse, which was released to promote the Season 3 April Fool's Day episode. Everybody remembers the April Fool's Day episode.
Click on the tag, and then you can warp to all sorts of different planets and dimensions.
When you go inside the federal prison, there's a room inside with a visible monitor, and the image of Bill's cipher shows up with a symbol of Journal 3. One picture below it, you can also see a collection of Rick's items in a tray. Next to one is labeled a bunch of question marks and contains 3 items that Grunkle Stan lost through his portal in the episode Society of the Blind Eye, which is the Easter egg that I just referenced a second ago. So I think we can assume that Rick got his hands on the items after the episode and just happened to have them on his person when he was thrown into prison at the end of Season 2. Then in real life around this time, the Gravity Falls people in Disney released a physical version of Journal 3 that you could buy that contained a plumbus, a Zygernion. Then in another page, there's a copy of Ford's Wanted poster with an encoded message on the corner reading, "Rick was here," as in Rick Sanchez. On the secondary page, Ford also mentions fistfighting with a talking chair, which may or may not be a reference to the furniture universe with the talking furniture. Within an actual Gravity Falls episode 2, you see Dipper looking through Journal 3, and he comes upon something called a dream hipster monster that looks exactly like Scary Terry from Rick and Morty, with his kitchen utensils for finger blades instead of regular knives like Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. Then during Season 3, Episode 1, in the episode when Morty and Summer get taken to the Citadel of Ricks before the council, in the background you can see a Mabel and Dipper Morty with him holding Journal 3. Then in Episode 5, Whirly Durly Conspiracy, at the end of the episode there's a tag scene with those little aliens that escape from the machine without knowing it. Beth had let them go, and they're just lounging by the stream. If you look in the background, before they get carried off by one of the hawks, you actually see Bill Cipher graffiti on the bridge. Then in Episode 6, a lot of people noticed that Toxic Rick's tuning tower was actually really close to Oregon, which is where Gravity Falls is. When you're actually inside the toxic environment with Toxic Rick and Toxic Morty, you see a decaying 8-ball. That's actually one of Bill Cipher's allies from Weirdmageddon. Little Easter eggs like that, especially stuff that shows up in the background and is really hard to spot, is usually something that the animators add themselves. Sometimes Dan and Justin have no idea of the Easter eggs that get included, but there are animators that also worked on Gravity Falls that then work on Rick and Morty, so it explains how a lot of that stuff winds up in the actual episodes without most people knowing about it. During episode 7, the Ricklantis mix-up, Tales of the Citadel, you actually see that giant crowd shot. There's a Stanford Pines Rick in that opening scene when they're all walking through the street together. During that next episode, episode 8, there's a whole bunch. When they're running through the MC Escher Dream Palace with the Truth Tortoise, they run by a statue that looks a lot like Bill Cipher. When they go into the room in the basement with all the archives of their experiences and memories, there's a memory vial with Stanford written on it, as in Stanford Pines from Gravity Falls, implying that there are memories from Gravity Falls that Morty has, as if he's traveled there. There's another vial in that very same scene that says Bill C, as in Bill Cipher, so it's almost as if Rick and Morty have also encountered Bill Cipher in their adventures. During the scene where Morty inadvertently causes the horrific death of Zigzag, he's actually an Omaze winner, a person in real life that just won a contest and got to voice that alien. He hands him a business card when he meets him for the first time, and on the back there's a design that looks exactly like blueprints of the Gravity Falls interdimensional portals. Even though the portals work the same way on Gravity Falls and Rick and Morty, the portals themselves look very different. During episode 9, they have a concept called Fruipy Land that Rick creates to just keep Beth busy so that she won't go around terrorizing the neighborhood because she was so scary as a child. It's almost exactly like the concept of Mabel's Fantasyland created by Bill Cipher to keep her busy because she was so dangerous and a threat to his takeover of Gravity Falls in the world. Later in the episode, when Rick is talking to Beth about all the crazy things that she made him invent, he pulls out a police badge. The badge is a police badge from Gravity Falls, implying that Beth also visited Gravity Falls when she was a little girl.
A taser shaped like a ladybug? A fake police badge? A pink sentient switchblade?
Hi, Beth. You've gotten taller. Shall we resume stabbing?
If you didn't see it, there was obviously the bonus episode done by Tierra Y, where you see Stanford Pines eating ice cream with a version of Rick Sanchez. There's also some Bill Cipher graffiti during that too. Between Season 3 and Season 4, because Justin Roiland and Alex Hirsch, creator of Gravity Falls, are friends in real life, they did a charity event together for H3H3 where they did the voices for Rick Sanchez and Grunkle stand together. This is a clip from that.
You know, repetition works. I got you, babe. That's the thing that puts it. I got you,
I
babe.
don't want to own anyone. That's the problem with this song.
I own you, babe. It's
I
about,
own you, babe.
It's a song about
I
purchasing.
own you, babe.
Purchasing babies on the black market.
I own you, babe.
I got you, babe.
I got you.
I purchased a baby for $7.
Oh, how many babies? We
on
gotta
the
sell
Silk
those
Road.
things on in Space Bay.
That was for you, people.
Probably about as close as we'll get to an actual big crossover happening in real life. Then the only reference that I could find during Season 4 so far is Season 4, Episode 4, last week's episode, when Rick is using the Magician's portals. He makes fun of him, who writes on portals. Well, if you look at the Gravity Falls portals, all of Stanford Pines' portals have writing all over them. If you spotted any other big Gravity Falls Easter eggs during Rick and Morty episodes or Rick and Morty stuff during Gravity Falls episodes that I didn't mention during the video, just write it below in the comments. Many thanks to the Turo people for letting me drive the Morty-mobile. If you guys are familiar with the concept of the Rick-mobile, Adult Swim created a car based on Rick Sanchez to drive around and sell merch. Now they partnered with Turo, the world's largest car-sharing service, to create a car based on Morty, so they let me drive it around for a little while. The difference between them and a traditional car rental agency is that they're peer-to-peer, so you're actually borrowing other people's really badass cars. You can also sign up to list your car on the service and earn extra money when people borrow it. They're in about 5,500 different cities in the US, the UK, and Germany, so odds are pretty good the service is where you live. They're taking the Morty-mobile to a bunch of different cities in the US right now. I believe it's headed to San Francisco next. So if you do want to drive Morty around for a little while, there's a chance that you could do that. They're about 30% cheaper than traditional rental car companies on average. They gave me a discount code to give you guys that I'll add in the description. It's awesome15. It's $15 off on your first trip. But the price usually just depends on what kind of car you want to borrow. Like you could find a Tesla Model S, you could find Porsches. So many thanks to the Turo people for letting me borrow the Morty-mobile for a little while. My full episode 5 Easter egg video will post on Monday just like normal, but if there are any big bonus videos you want to request, just let me know in the comments. Everyone click here for the brand new Season 4 Episode 5 trailer, and click here for my brand new Mandalorian Episode 6 video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.